Hey, it's your boy Lock Zero, and I'm here with my brother,
It's a rev.
and we are going to be reviewing One Piece chapter one motherfucking thousand, son.
Chapter goddamn 1000. Ah! I'm already
Can
starting at Super Saiyan 1. No,
can you
yeah.
believe we've made it this far?
It's crazy. 1,000 chapters, 1,000 weeks of pages. And 1,000 is just being generous. Like, there's been so many breaks. So, what
Yeah.
a journey. 20 years.
Yeah, I try and think about it, but if there weren't all the breaks, I'm sure we'd be at like 1,200 right now or something. But
Probably more than that. Probably
mm,
more. You took a 4 week break one time, too. So, you know,
yeah.
but,
But hey,
that
I'm
so
just
greatness takes time. So, like,
yeah,
the journey
I'm
is
just
getting that much better.
I'm just happy we have it. So, I'm grateful for that. And
Yeah.
yeah, they were supposed to be, so obviously we're not reading the official. Sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings. I don't give a fuck. Um but yeah, we there was supposed to be a color spread, but it hasn't been released with the scantillations. So this is what we are.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna jump straight into the chapter, man. Chapter 1000, Mugiwara no Luffy. Straw Hat no Luffy. And he's finally at the fifth floor, and he comes up onto a scene, and he's a little surprised. And then we have the Musketeer Squad here, saying, "That's all we can do. Come on, these stairs lead to the roof." And
Also,
listen,
on a quick note, just noticing Luffy's like state of condition at the start. Like he's just like a little bit bruised, but overall looks like being pretty damn good condition. He usually starts like the final battle all fucked up.
yeah, I mean, I would say I'm not even sure if he's bruised necessarily, more so just kind of dirty and scuffed up, but it is what it is. Um, But yeah, he runs to the Musketeer squad here, and it doesn't look like they're in Sulong anymore. So I guess that's over. And we'll talk about that later. But yeah, um, he says thanks, Shishi Mamushi. He says Shishulyan, and I would never will forget when you guys risk your lives to protect Raizo. I have to go. Um, I think he's just saying it's phrased a little weird. Translation's a little awkward, but he's saying he won't forget when they had risked their lives to protect Raizo. But anyway, Trishillian is like not even wanting to say anything about it. He's dabbing his eyes with the tears, trying to hold
Shit,
them back.
his pride, yeah. He's like, my pride, our pride has been, yeah. But and then we go to the next scene and we see King and Queen attacking Marco the Phoenix, and they are having intense. It's like Queen is blurts out, "Crap! What is this power? Is he's invincible or what?" and King just has like a surprise, emoji, like wondering what the hell's going on. And Marco is just cool, calm, collected. And then we see he has both of them in his grips, in his wings, and immobilized, which is crazy. These are kind of two right and left hand man. Also, as a side note, it's interesting to see that Queen's body definitely is like mecha, influence. His neck extending out there.
Yeah, see
Lots of
that
parts.
that that was my prediction. Last chapter I called it. I think he's a cyborg like Frankie. He got something going on, and this kind of seems to be pointing in that direction. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Uh,
gross, but
I mean, why not? I mean, what's more gross than like Frankie having it? It's kind of cool,
I don't know. It's weird seeing his neck just segmented like that because it just kind of looks like his neck has been chopped. I don't know. It just makes you think it's kind of weird to have devil fruits mixed with cyborgs, which kind of
He
makes
has a
me
lot.
Frankie
He has
not.
a lot going on. He also has the biochemical weapons, the crazy weapons. Like
He has the
Queen's doing a lot.
mustache.
You know?
He has the ponytail.
Cigar with a weapon in it.
He's a
Yeah,
wrestler. There's a lot of shit going on with him.
yeah. Keeps it interesting. Never a dull moment in Queen's life, I'd imagine. All right, but then we go down and we see Marco, saying, "Come on, let him pass." Damn it. And he's throwing Zoro all the way up to the sky. And he's like, you throw without telling me. And he sends him flying up to the roof. It looks like he flies through 5 stories of, through the air. And we flash to back to Momo and Yamato, and she's like, and Momo is asking her about the D. It's my father's logbook. I don't know what the translation there is either, like, or maybe he's questioning like what about D exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
on.
Well, in the last chapter, she was talking about the D clan, and then he's also surprised about her having his father's logbook.
Yeah. So I guess those are, yeah, two separate questions. I wasn't sure if they're, connected or whatever. But she's smiling, and she responds, Momonosuke, I didn't think I would have the opportunity to meet you one day. I will return it to you. That day I found it next to the river of Odin's castle. Very coincidental. Note that. As someone in this castle on fire has protected this logbook, everything about his fabulous life and his feeling about his travel in the world is written. And Shinobu is saying it's Odin-sama's, and then he's like fathers, and this might be like Odin's last real possession, or his last memories and experiences across the world. So
Mm.
Yamato somehow got her hands on that. We obviously got it from somewhere. Who could have delivered it? We'll find out soon. And then we flash back to Law and Kid.
Hmm. And we hear you were born and wipe your ship, right? And then you went on Rogers one. They said more than 20 years after, in this new world, young and strong pirates will come. And this is now. I thought Ace was one of them. I remembered it when I learned about his death. So it's kind of weird though the way this is set up, but this is still,
Yeah, I
I
thought
think Yamato is talking, and she's talking about how in the logbook, um, it was prophesized that this young generation is gonna come and wreck shit, and then it's referencing these guys finally coming back into the mix.
yeah.
Uh,
So
right.
Momo was always going to be like their age group too. If you think about it, like he was supposed to be really Ace's age and be right alongside these guys, you
Mm,
know, except for the time skip.
yeah. Wait, I said too much. It slipped out. Forget what I said. But most importantly, don't make fun of it. Sabo and I will never forgive this. It's my little brother's dream. What? We have Ace. The first time he told us about that, we laughed about it. But I forbid others to laugh. We believe in him. And
Brings a tear to Yamato's eye.
he seriously thinks he's capable. So, Ace, huh? Yamato, what's gotten into you? I will never make fun of him. The Pirate King said the same thing. Um,
And then we have her saying these words that amazed Odin. In Odin Kozuki's logbook, there's a great man who said the same thing. So I guess that's referencing Roger, who had a prophecy. So of course I will not make fun of him. He's amazing, your little brother. And then Ace is like, oh really? A great man, not bad, hilarious. The only praise he ever gave Roger.
yeah,
Offhand, no. And he's like, I'd like to drink with him and Luffy. They would have got along very well, huh? He's like, but he's already dead. What do you mean? Ace says, and I guess she would explain then that it's really it was Roger was the guy that she was referencing. Anyway, so we see her flash, and he's like, that's it. Here it is, your Viver card. So Yamato gave him this gas sheet of paper, and damn, a lot of people must have had this card then. And anyways, he's like, what is this piece of paper? Piece of paper will allow us to meet again. Give a piece to people you want to see again. All right, and so he leaves Wano. We'll see good spirits with Yamato getting his piece of paper. And I guess a lot of people must have gotten that to deliver because Luffy only got like a real corner of it, like not too much.
mm,
She says, we'll meet again, Ace. And he says, of course. But again, they never met. Yamato, we see flash to the present saying Ace's Viver card was consumed 2 years ago. After that, I learned everything from the newspapers. The fact that Ace was Roger's son and his little brother was making a name as a pirate, the one that you brought here, Luffy. And then we see Luffy running up the last staircase, huff huff, kicking down the dough, waving the full no. And one last thing from Yamato saying Odin described their future like this, huff huff. And then boom, we have it coincide with this moment. And
this
we have the big
epic ass moment,
epic
yo.
splash page. Everybody there ever seen, curtain open, draw, everything. It's Luffy. He stares. He sees in the shadow the silhouettes of everyone there, and then we get to see Law, Kid, Zoro, Killer, Kaido, and Big Mom. Boom, 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 all in that order. And we see the splash page face off with Kid Killer lining up next to each other. Luffy looking cool as hell. Zoro, all three swords in his scabbards, and then Law, chilling on a rock with his big sword.
Mhm.
Against them is, Kaido and Big Mom, both looking fresh, except Kaido with his, wound that's actually like looks pretty like serious from this angle, but we know probably hasn't, had an overall effect. But you want to go more into that description of that splash page?
Yeah, man. I mean, it it's just fucking epic as fuck. Like it's hard to say anything else besides that. But Kid is cocky. He's talking shit, saying that they're there to watch him fight, and Kaido and Big Mom, just being these huge looming chaotic forces. At the bottom of the page, we have, in more than 20 years, the next generation of pirates who will lead the next era. They will arrive in the new world. And if I were to die, they are the ones who will defeat Kaido. And yeah, it's just drawn really well. It's gonna look great in the anime when they put this together. Wano has been drawn, animated pretty well, especially relative to the other arcs and stuff.
We have
So
the music building up the energy for this moment, and we see everybody in the battlefield like arranged.
mm,
Oh my god, it's pretty sick. Big Mom looks like hungry for the fight. She's like drooling, almost getting ready for this to get started.
mm,
Kaido just looks like he's consumed by his rage, letting that build. The other guys are just themselves, like Luffy looking cool, collected, killer, poised, ready to go with his knife out. Kid just angry as hell. Zoro and Law just chilling. Then we go down, we see Mugiwara saying, "Hey," and he's just walking straight up to these guys, and they're just like taking it back to like, "What?" He walks past them, through them, and they don't even take notice, I guess, of Luffy. They're just gonna talk shit in front of him. Kaido says, "Lin Lin, guess what this brat said in front of me? It's a little abortion. He was too confident in front of me too. He destroyed my castle. You owe me an apology, Mugiwara."
I don't know
I'm
what that little
I'm
old boy.
thinking, yeah, I think that might be a mistranslation. If not, Big Mom just went ridiculously savage on Mugiwara. Like, holy fuck. Like, oh my god, I didn't realize they could take it to that level. Like,
I'm not even sure what she's referencing. Like, is she supposed to be saying like he's a little punk, or is his ambitions like I don't know what she's talking about. Like, the other translation we reread made more sense because I definitely don't remember her calling him an abortion.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, maybe she meant to, it's a little abrupt. He was too confident in front of me too. He showed my castle. You owe me an apology, Mugiwara.
Yeah.
Um,
But we see him in the coldest move of One Piece probably today, walks at two Yonko right between them. And they're just like, the disrespect. Kaido turns back with the rage of a million suns boiling off the page. Zoro looks like whatever. He's like, all right, Luffy's making his move. Like, I respect this shit. Like, this is my captain. That quiet begrudging respect Zoro always has. Look in his eye. He has more expression in one eye than everybody does than Sanji does with his 100 ridiculous expressions. No, but Kaido turns back. Hey kids, say it again. What you want to become? Luffy looks down at Kinemon's absolutely wrecked body. Just see if he's barely if he's alive or not.
yeah.
Picks him up and he leans in and says, "Are you okay, Kinemon? Sorry for being late."
And we find
And
we
we
find
go.
out at the very least that he's not dead.
Yes,
Um,
thank God. Kinemon.
coughing up a little blood, and we get these panels here of all the various scabbards laid out. We got Raizo, uh, Kikunojo, Denjiro, um, Inurashi. What the hell is the Kappa's name again? Um,
Just call him Kappa.
Kappa. Ashura Doji, Nekomamushi, and Izo. They're all just Kawamatsu. There you go. Sorry. But yeah, they're all laid out.
Nice. 9 out of 9. Nice.
And Kinemon, we regret. In the next world, Odin Sama, we will not be able to face him. He's missing the tooth. He's all fucked up.
Do you
and
think
he's
any of them are dead, or like this is kind of like
no,
drunk?
I don't think any of them are dead. I'm not saying this protects them from dying before the arc is over, but
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are dead right now.
Okay.
But yeah, he says, "Please save Wano Kuni." He says, "Of course, it's my friend's country." And he's just sobbing. And Kaido's getting a little tired of being ignored. And says, "Hey, brat." And Kimon's, "Luffy don't know." And Luffy, just like a boss, commands law. Trao, send them down there. And then teleports everybody. And you can pick it up here.
All right. He disappears right in front of Luffy, and in a split second, Luffy jumps up out of there. Kaido slams down, crushing the ground so hard that they can feel it in the dome, all 5 feet below. Luffy goes straight into Gear Third, Gum Gum Hockey Armament. He gets an intense look in his face with the memory of all the epic shit that happened and all the pain of everyone that he's carrying right before. Remember, as arriving to Zhao, and remembering all the minks and their devastation, and them explaining, "Raizo-san is alive, so we are your allies." And then Momo crying, asking Luffy man to man, "I want to defeat Kaido. Will you partner up with me and do it?" Remembering that moment, oh, that was epic as hell. And then Kinemon explaining their crazy backstory, saying how they arrived from the future 20 years ago at Wano Kuni. We managed to travel through time. The Fool of Erisu has joined the other world. The pain that all of Wano has experienced. The tears. We see the old man who helped him in the prison. So they were alive. His joy of knowing that there was some hope for his country after all. And our beloved Odin Sama would have brought to the flower capital to be executed as a criminal. Their pain of knowing that they failed their lord, and telling Luffy that, and admitting like their ultimate failure in life. But then we see the present. Luffy is unleashing all his rage, all that memory. Kaido glances there, and I think he has a little bit of contempt there. I think he's not like, I think he sees it coming and doesn't want to dodge. Luffy just fucking knocks him into the fucking dirt. He punches him, it connects immediately. It's just a shot in the chin, nose, mouth, ear, throat, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And then he hits him with the red rock, and
Yeah,
it shoots
a
his
new
head.
named attack. Yo, he smashed him. Yo, like his feet are all like at awkward angles in the air, and like he's like breakdancing on his face right now. His head's
Chains are
on
flying
fire.
rapid.
His pants are coming off.
The roof is on fire.
Get that boy some milk. Like he fucked him up. Yo.
He had the spiciest pepper of all time. His head is on fire.
Yeah.
Smacked into the dirt with the red rock attack. Smoke coming through the air. It's cool too. There's an X splash in the air too. That's kind of reminiscent of the Scabbard's attack. His
Mm,
scar, all the X powerful attacks.
mm.
Kaido just gets absolutely demolished, smashed. Lin Lin reacts. Hey Kaido, what the hell are you doing? You're getting on the ground that easily? Luffy comes back. "I'm Monkey D. Luffy. I'll surpass you, and I will become king of the pirates." Yeah.
What a fucking way to end the chapter, yo.
By the
Like
way, Kaido looking up, pissed, his face bleeding. This was not yeah. This was an attack that he felt. He felt it in his toes. He felt it. He felt his kids felt that. Yamato felt that.
Yeah, man. Great
Len was
chapter.
just pure shock at his declaration.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, let's run it back from the beginning. So a couple of topics I wrote down that I want to talk about. But okay, so the first thing that kind of jumped to me in the chapter was the whole Sulong hype thing. Like, there's all this lead up to like, oh man, the full moon's gonna be there during the raid. What are they gonna be able to accomplish with this? And like it seems kind of lackluster at the end of the day. Like, I mean, we didn't get to see it, so obviously that kind of detracts from,
Yeah.
how epic it could have been. But
You know what I will say against that the anime will probably do a better job of is that there were thousands of forces. There
Hmm.
were thousands of, and there were just hundreds of minks. So all of them probably just took down like thousands of devil fruit users, in a night. Not bad, not bad. Take
Maybe
dismantling an entire Yonko's army. Pretty impressive.
they took down a bunch of. I'm sure they took down a bunch of fodder, and when it
Fodder
comes
at
to
this level is
numbers,
still pretty
yeah,
crazy. You gotta remember all
yeah.
the numbers are still like what captain in the New World level, like beginner captain in the New World level almost.
Yeah, no,
If you
they're not. I mean, they're not complete scrubs, but like I guess, yeah, they were valid. It's just like we didn't get to see it. We didn't get to see the craziness. I would have loved to have seen them exchange some blows with Jack and seen him get like fucked up a bit. I'm sure Jack is still gonna be coming back at some point, but you know, it's the end of Sulong. We didn't, it didn't go any
Jack
further than that.
Jack might be coming back soon actually because it looks like everyone's gearing up for their respective battles, and I'm sure he's gonna want to jump in. Like Jack's been quiet for a
Yeah,
little too long now.
he had to recuperate. His HP
He
was
was
brought down super low.
he was, but supposed to
Yeah.
be the crazy immortal, one immortal. Anyway, so back to the beginning, Musketeer Squad back. Yeah, that was an observation I missed. That yeah, they're back to normal now. Some of them even look a little banged up themselves. I can see like scratches here and there.
Hmm.
So but, taking out Kaido's forces, at least making it even. Just the heavy hitters left looks like. If you
Hmm.
think like his Queen probably devastated all the ground forces,
Yeah.
so pretty much even. They still have the samurais on their side. All right. So, what did you
Uh,
cover? I guess the
oh,
was the emotion
next.
at the beginning with the Musketeers crying over Luffy telling them he got their back. Gonna protect them for what they did for Raizo.
I mean, the hype thing was pretty much I want to address as far as that. The next thing I want to talk about was the respect we got to put on Marco's name now for fucking yoking out Queen and King. I don't I don't get this 100%. Like Marco can be hit with hockey, and I can't imagine that King and Queen don't have hockey, and
Yeah.
they just kind of seem a little scrubbish right now the
I
way they're
think
dealing with
Marco's
Marco.
fire must have some interesting qualities to it. Like it's not a part of his main body or something. Because
Hmm.
think about it, he's a phoenix, and I can assume he'll go grow bigger and bigger. If like you had like little hockey beads, you could just fire them and just do a bunch of little damage, right?
Yeah,
But maybe it doesn't work like that, where like the fire is like just mythical and like it won't hurt his main body. He can just use it purely offensively.
and
A little
maybe.
cheap and OP, but
Yeah, I
it
mean,
wouldn't shock me.
who knows? Who knows how Queen knows how to use hockey? Maybe he can just do arm into his body, but he doesn't know how to project it. Maybe he doesn't have hockey at all because
No, he has
he is a
hockey because he used an attack against Big Mom.
he didn't use hockey. I mean, they didn't say anything
That
about
headbutt
hockey.
attack when he hit him with the
Yeah,
freaking dinosaur, that wasn't a
yeah.
hockey attack.
I don't think so. I mean, it's just the sheer weight of a gigantic dinosaur falling on her head. Like
Hmm.
Frankie doesn't have hockey as far as we've seen, but he kind of circumvents that and goes his own route. He makes his own like,
He has laser beams.
yeah. So he
He goes as though he has mini nuclear explosions. Jesus.
he has a metal body, so he hits harder than a regular human. So maybe Queen just kind of went the same route. He's not a hockey person. He's just he makes his own strength with his technology and shit.
Do you think Chopper would ever get to the point where he'd use like a harmless like chemicals on his enemies, like things that like I guess I don't know, fucking make you sleepy or something, like like
No, nah, I wouldn't. I think it's too far. It's too questionable for Chopper to use, given how strongly he's against
chemical weapons.
medicine being used in any kind of negative way whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, um,
Yeah, holding king and queen, one arm each.
yeah,
Little baby boys.
yeah. I mean, I'll take it as a plot device. Zoro needed to get up to the roof. It's not saying he's like sitting there choking them out. I'm sure they're gonna break out of it, and the matchups will be coming soon for King and Queen. But yeah, um,
Also, must feel good to know that you're right about Queen's crazy cybernetic
yeah.
background.
I didn't think it was gonna go that far. I thought it was gonna be maybe like he had like cybernetic parts, but look, I'm starting to think maybe his whole body is a cyborg. Like
That's what I'm
he's
thinking.
hmm?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But like, I just don't know how that works with devil fruit. Like, there has to be some
Yeah.
organic
Yeah,
thing there that.
no, it's weird. Cyborgs and devil fruits. Like if Frankie would have, when Luffy wasn't just roasting, he asked Frankie you want to eat the devil fruit. Like, I don't know, like it's like once you decide to be a cyborg,
Be a
you gotta
fireman
stick with
cyborg.
that.
Yeah.
You gotta
It's
stick
like,
with that.
you're a cyborg. Like, we'll use electricity. And he's like, psych, I'm also Flame Man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
it's
what
weird.
are you? I'm your goddamn worst nightmare is what I am, punk.
Yeah. Um,
It's a lot. It's a lot going on, yeah. I think
definitely.
because we haven't seen like someone mix like that much stuff either.
Mm,
One piece like people kind of stay in their lane.
hmm.
It's like I don't know no one's boundaries.
Yeah, when okay, another thing I want to talk about when Ace was having that conversation with Yamato, I totally read it at first like he was hitting on her or like asking her out or something.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Oh no, never mind, forget it." Like it seemed like a very like typical anime type of thing, but it turns out that wasn't the case. Um, you know, I mean, I get, Oda said before he doesn't want any romance or anything in One Piece, and that's cool. Um, but there has to be like somebody has to have some kind of sexual energy or interest in the One Piece world. Like even Roger, when he talked about having a kid before
Yeah,
dying, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get laid before I die." So, but yeah, that little side note. Did you think that at all when you first read that? Like he was hitting on her, or was saying something to her like romantic?
no, no, I thought it was just like something about maybe like Whitebeard's crew or just something ridiculous. But as I kept writing on, like, and when he mentioned Sabo, I was like, okay, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's dream. So like, I got the context pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But then just the shock recognition of Yamato, she's a believer, and now we have more prophecy element going into One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I guess that's cool. But like,
Yeah.
didn't shit.
An- Another thing I'll say too, like I haven't been a huge fan of Ace coming back into the story.
Mm,
And like I said, it kind of felt like hammered in. But out of all the scenes with him as of late, this one actually felt more organic to me. Like it felt more natural. Maybe because we have a bit of a foundation between the two of them now, having like talking and getting along and knowing each other. So some kind of like foundation or relationship between them. So maybe that's why it feels more organic. But
yeah.
it felt more natural. It flowed better, and it didn't bother me as much as the previous Ace stuff. But yeah, that's how I
That
felt
was a
about
pretty
that.
cool moment, and yeah, and I thought it was just, I think it may have been a little shoehorn, but it's kind of worth it just to hear that. I think Ace get that sideways compliment to his dad. That's hilarious, knowing how much he hated his
I'm
dad.
gonna I'm gonna wait till there's better translations, but some people feel like that wasn't a reference to Roger, like it was a reference to Joy Boy or something like that. Like I don't know. Like I said, I'll wait for a more better translation to come out, but I don't think it was Joy Boy. I think it's kind of reaching a little bit, trying to make it maybe a little more complicated or convoluted than it actually is. Um, but yeah, that was an interesting conversation they had. And next thing I want to talk about was when they all were on top and we get that full, that two panel spread
It's
of
absolutely
of
beautiful.
the worst generation and the Yonko, like that was epic as fuck. And I really really hope we get to see Kid doing something besides making a giant fist now or
Mm.
giant hand and slapping people with it. Like I I don't know. I at least like make him a big mechanical monster type of thing, like have him go like nuts or something.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get taken out in one blow by Big Mom because he's metal and she has a big thundercloud next to her. uh, Same thing with I guess Killer and Zoro, like and Law. God, they all use swords.
Hmm.
Lightning for everybody.
Who knows? I mean, law can definitely redirect some potentially harmful attacks, one hit KO type of thing. So if she was going to shoot lightning at him, maybe he could like redirect the lightning to go in a different direction or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm honestly wondering how this is gonna pan out. Like, is Luffy not gonna 1v1 Kaido? Is Big Mom gonna be involved in this fight? Is there gonna be a like mayhem, just everybody
Yeah, like
fighting each
two
other?
2v5. Yeah, like is that what's gonna happen? Like, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. Like, it's not what I expected, but like,
Hmm.
it kind of could like be a really cool, battle to watch that way.
Hmm.
Because maybe like Luffy like has gotten to the next level, but like always he won't be able to maintain. There's some sort of time limit, and then of course the island's gonna drop when he has to save the whole planet and and then destroy the island or some crazy shit and make everyone hopes and dreams and kill both of them at the same time. I don't know. That's probably what's gonna happen. And then he'll
Yeah.
blow the whole place up and it'll become fairy dust and it'll be a magical moment.
Hmm. We will see.
And no
Um,
one get sick and die because of the island floating.
Yeah,
Just
so
where
we've seen that Luffy obviously hits a lot harder now, but we don't know if he's gotten some kind of equivalent power up in the defense department. Like if he can take that principle and apply it to, blocking and, dodging and stuff like that. Because if he's still gonna, if he still hasn't improved his defense, then Kaido could, still one shot him, assuming he's able to hit him. I mean, he did a good job dodging just now.
well, yeah, with Katakuri, I think that was the whole thing of learning the future sight. Now he doesn't have to be there; he'll just be able to predict it and
Yeah.
step out of the way.
Yeah. And when he did fight him the first time, he was super pissed off. And, to have good observation, you got to have a cool head and shit. So,
Yeah. And now
um,
he's like ready. Like now he's like in the zone. He's like, nah, this is it. This is our final battle scene. You guys fucked up now.
yeah, but it was pretty badass the way he walked past them. Um, he
Might
just,
be the coolest scene in the fucking walking past the Yonkos. I'm
yeah,
going to see my buddies.
it set the tone. It definitely set the tone because it's saying, okay, this shit is on my terms right now. Like he's setting the pace of what's going on. He's not reacting. You know what I mean? So
And
it's like,
Zoro like having his back, not saying nothing. Like, Luffy, what are you doing? Like he's just like, that's the captain. That's my captain.
yeah, he even with him commanding Law and telling him like, yeah, get these guys out of here. Like Law didn't argue. He didn't say, oh, what are you doing? Or telling me what to
Yeah.
do. Blah blah. They're just all about the business right now. Very focused. And you
They
know,
see it. They just see 9 dead, not dead, semi-dead bodies in front of them. Like they realize this isn't playtime. This isn't time for egos or arguments. This is two Yonkos versus the Supernovas. Who wants it bad enough? This is the mountaintop. This is it.
yeah.
Thunderdome, man. Who wants
Mhm.
who wants to become, like freaking who wants to become top of the mountain? Who wants to be the big dog? Who wants to be that last Yonko standing? Because that's pretty
Mhm.
much it, right? Like at the end of this, like I think they're all gonna be like happy, get along. I think could end up just being like a 5-way battle.
Mhm.
Well, I guess not five because Zoro and Killer would be on Luffy and Law. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it wouldn't really be.
I don't think they'd be stupid enough to
Yeah,
take this opportunity to turn on each other at this point when shit's still fresh. But yeah, I'm gonna credit this guy named Mr. Morge. I had watched his review, and he
mm-hmm.
mentioned that Luffy, at this point in the story with what he just did to Kaido, there's no more potential fights in which it's gonna be like, oh man, Luffy can't deal with this at all. There's always gonna be like Luffy has some kind of possibility of winning now that
Yeah.
he's upped his skills.
If you
Yeah.
can like make a Yonko like bleed, like then you can fight with everybody.
Hmm. So
Because some people can't even hurt them, like, and to get to that level means like something like, yeah, you made your
yeah.
kid.
But yeah, Kaido felt that shit. That shit hit a little different for him. So, uh, and then Big Mom is being surprised. Just really kind of puts more gravity on the situation. So, awesome ass chapter. I'm
So his
going to
head is
give
on
it,
fire. His
huh?
head. Like his head is on fire. Like,
Yeah.
awesome.
I kind of want to see Big Mom get hit more than I want to see Kaido get hit, just for the fact that she's just such a smug asshole. Like
You know
she's
what? She's a
she's
smug asshole, but she's a big old baby. Kaido is like a sociopath, so
yeah, Kaido is just on a
not that Big
self-destructive
Mom
thing,
isn't, but
you know.
Big Mom is like almost cartoonish at some
Yeah.
point. Nothing really cartoonish. A little bit of a drunk, but like overall a savage and just like a murdering piece of shit that I want to see die. You
Mm.
know, Big Mom is still like, all right, you're just like really, wild and funny and hilarious with your cool. I kind of want to see Candy at like that island like more because that's pretty dope. I
Mm.
mean, when
I
you ignore the fact that it's made out of the souls of thousands of people, but other than that.
I'm good with Whole Cake Island. I don't want to see them backtrack. I want them to keep going forward. Um, yeah, I hope they're both done with, but before this arc is over and we can move on to the next thing. I think it's kind of necessary, honest, to move the story along because the
Yeah.
the time it would take to get back to Whole Cake and deal with all that shit and deal with Big Mom over there, I can't imagine
Oh
that.
no, I mean I just meant like some of the characters on Whole Cake, not actually go there. Like I just meant
Mm.
like seeing like those little people, those things. What does she call them again? The smile, not the
The
smiling.
homies.
The homies, yeah, walking around. Those guys. See
Mm.
more of those people. But anyways, yeah. What thoughts on the chapter? Overall rating review?
Yeah, my grade for the chapter is gonna be a 9. Um, close to a 9.5. Um, but I'm gonna be more conservative and say 9. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go OD. I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it 10 out of
Yeah.
10.
10
Really
out of
great.
10.
Really great. Yeah. That last two brilliant splash pages. Seeing them all the supernovas get together on that stage, awesome.
Mm.
Uh, seeing Luffy just smack Kaido shit into oblivion, just thank you. That was a good way to end 2020. That's a meme right there. That's me saying goodbye to 2020.
Yeah, seriously.
Inventing a whole new attack. Yeah, like, and this is not for nothing. This is a gear third attack. This isn't even gear fourth.
Yeah, yeah. So there's more craziness coming up ahead. Um, and who knows? Maybe the well, you know what? We'll get to that in a second. So your grade was a 10 out of 10. Mine was a 9.
10%. My
Um,
only critique would be chapter's a little short, but I mean, when you get pages like this, like
no, we got amazing double page spreads that were really awesome for this chapter. So I'm okay
Oda,
with that.
thank you, thank you.
I definitely sat around and absorbed this chapter a lot. Um, and yeah, my MVP for this chapter has to be Luffy. Obviously, there's no question of it.
Yeah.
He definitely was the coolest motherfucker in this chapter. Um, and predictions for the next chapter. Um, it's a little hard to say. I would love to see this fight continue, but we
Hmm.
have multiple unresolved things. We have the stuff that's going on with Marco and King and Queen. We have Chopper who went into the building to make the antidote. Um, Robin and Brooke are there as well. We don't know what's happening with
Nami's
Sanji.
plan. I know Tommy.
Yeah, not Nami and Otama and Usopp.
Yeah.
Um, what did Jim? Where did? Yeah, Jinbei's in the fourth floor. He's dealing with who's
He's up.
who.
Yeah, he's up high. He's
Yeah.
not dealing with anyone. He was like with Luffy the last we saw.
No,
No, no, he
he
went with
told
Sanji.
yeah.
He went with Sanji.
No, he Sanji broke off and went to Black Maria. Jinbei broke off and dealt with is doing who's who with the cat people. Remember the saber tooth?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
So Jinbei's dealing with that, and Frankie's dealing with freaking Sasaki, the Triceratops guy, and yeah. So all
Yeah.
that
They're
stuff
in,
is
and
going
I
on.
think Usopp and them are still being chased probably by Pepe and what's the other one?
Page one and not Yamato, Ulti.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think they're still in the mix somewhere too. Also, people in the Flower Capital just like seeing a mountain slowly float to them. I'm sure is like going to be a scene to be discussed.
Mm.
What else? And then you have like the outside world, which of course could always like pop in. but I hope they, pick up this immediately where we left off. But I think they're gonna start to do more of the setup and the cover the other things going on,
Mm.
in the island to kind of like, build to that other like, oh great, we're gonna get that last battle. But I think they're gonna take care of some other stuff and set up, all the B storyline, C storyline stuff going on right now.
Hmm. I guess I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say this fight's gonna continue in the next chapter. I doubt it will take up the entire chapter, but that would be fucking amazing if it did. Um, and we're going to start to see groups splintering off between these the Yonko and the Supernova that are up on top. And
Crazy
once
hypothetical. What if Luffy just beats them off the bat and like everybody has to stop fighting because like Kaido and Big Mom are to beat? What do they do then? Like,
that would be super anticlimactic.
like, everyone get your shit and get the fuck out of here. I beat him already. Kaido's dead body. Oh, we gotta leave, guys. Big Mom is crying. I
mm,
want candy.
yeah. But my prediction is it's gonna be like half of that, and when something major happens that kind of splinters off the fight a little bit, then we're gonna start to cut to somebody else's fight. Don't know who, but this has to be the last fight that the arc wraps up on. So the Toby Ropo, um, the the commanders, king and queen, they have to be taken out before Kaido and Big Mom can be taken out. So that's how I think things are gonna go.
That seems to be the formula to it. Um, yeah. Jack has to come back and lose finally. All the little guys have to get taken out. Chopper has to heal everybody, of course.
Hmm.
Usopp and them got to put their plan into effect. The Ming's got to get everybody has to like probably get off the island. Get that exit strategy going. Sanji has to win. Jinbei has to win. So
Hmm.
a lot of other things going on that imagine they just all wrap up really quickly. Like everyone just beats the shit out of their opponents real fast, like one page. Go to the final fight. Here you go. You didn't think it was gonna happen, did you? But everyone got their shit together. They're not fucking around. That would be
Yeah.
still a treat. I mean, I think it might wrap up quicker than we think at this point because like battles like kind of like that's it. That stage is set.
Yeah. I don't know. We will see. We've had so much setup. I really can't take much more of it,
Yeah.
especially after this chapter. It looks like they're finally kicking things off. I want consistent action. Let's move this forward.
You know what we could get?
Mm,
Flashbacks. To the Rocks Pirates days flashbacks, like like showing him getting like the carp fruit or something like that.
yeah. But yeah. Oh, one last question. Do you think this is gonna be the fight where Luffy beats Kaido, or do you think he's gonna take another L here and then recoup and then do another fight and finally take him out?
I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's gonna be a two-part fight where like I don't think he's gonna like take a full L. I think he's gonna like like go to his like ultimate Monkey D gear 5, 7, 8, or 9 whatever like stage.
Hmm.
Start smacking them both around, but like not doing quite enough damage. And then they go to their awakening stage, and like maybe he has to like take a breather, and the guys have to like hold him off or like something like that, right?
Hmm.
And then he'll
Hmm.
have to like like he'll have to go into his awakening or something, and then do this again, and then he'll be able to beat them. But yeah,
Maybe.
but we need at least like I think 2 more power ups are coming from both sides.
Hmm. We shall see.
Yeah,
All right, man. I think that kind of wraps everything up. Uh, awesome
absolutely.
chapter. Glad everybody was here to read this with us.
Yeah.
Be part of this huge hype train. One Piece chapter 1000. Love the community.
If
Love all you
if
guys.
anyone hated this chapter, let us know. Like I'd love to hear the comments why.
Yeah.
Because they're wrong. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, but I really would like. I'd like maybe certain beats didn't hit for some people, and that's cool too. I think this like as great as this is, I think this is gonna be even more like emotionally hitting when we see it animated, just because of the memory flashbacks, the music that's gonna build up, the gravity of the situation will like more transposed. I think through it, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy to see. I'm gonna have to get back in and start binging again.
Word. All right then, guys. I've been Log Zero,
It's Rev.
and we thanks for sticking by. Peace.
Juice.